Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Stock Car Racing League Cup Series. Here we are at Eldora Speedway for some dirt action in these next-gen Cup cars here at round 11 of the SCR Series. And pulling up the starting grid as they just wrapped up qualifying, Cameron Perez will start on the pole this evening. Mitchell Hyatt will start second. Patrick O'Toole will start in third. Jack Stanley will start in fourth. Justin Wilson in fifth. Joshua Gaithright in sixth. And Nick King will round out your field here tonight in seventh. Small field this evening, but it is short track dirt racing here, so it will be action-packed, no doubt, all evening long. Let's just check in here with the race format here for tonight. The full race will be 125 laps here this evening. Stage 1 will end on lap 40. Stage 2, lap 80. They do get one quick repair here this evening, and you can almost expect most of the field maybe having to use theirs this evening here, as if practice and qualifying has shown us anything, these dirt track next-gen cars, very tough to get around here without making contact with that outside wall. Fuel will be set at 70%, and they will get 3 sets of tires in the pits, though very unlikely we'll see anyone take tires except for maybe during the stage breaks, as the tires do not wear as quickly here in the dirt as they would on the asphalt. But going to be a great race here this evening, no doubt. Cameron Perez there setting the fastest time in qualifying by almost 1/10 of a second there, which is quite a big margin here at a short dirt track like Eldora. Jack Stanley going to start on the outside there in second, so we'll see if he's going to be able to take the challenge to Cameron here at any point tonight here in the opening few laps. And it doesn't look like Mitchell Hyatt made it to the grid here, so neither did, it looks like Nick King. No, Nick King did make it out there, so it's only Mitchell Hyatt that did not grid here this evening, so it looks like he is not going to start the race. So we'll have 6 drivers out there on the track here this evening. Alright, looks like the pace truck's going to pull off this time by. We'll get going green. Cameron Perez, they're going to lead us to the restart zone here as the green flag is out. And you see further back there in second and fourth, third and fourth there, that is O'Toole and Gaithright did not get going as quickly as they would have liked to. Cameron Perez is going to stretch out to an early lead here. And the battle is going to be on for second as we see the 89 of Gaithright up there making contact with the outside wall already. Who is that further back? That's O'Toole there in the 44 getting sideways. And it looks like we've got a pass here for second. The 89 of Gaithright is going to go around Jack Stanley and take away that second place position. And you can just see it looks like Jack Stanley is struggling to get the car to enter the turn and rotate there, as Nick King is going to blaze by there on the outside. So he's making it work, moving up through the field, currently up 4 positions since he started. Looks like, I was going to say all the leaders were running the high line, but actually race leader Cameron Perez there is running more of the middle groove, as we see the second place Gaithright there doing a very different line as he enters low, slides up high, and tries to get a good run off. And we see Nick King there riding that cushion all the way around the wall there, getting a little too close to the wall. As you see, he's going to get a little cosmetic damage there on his right side of his car as he tags the outside wall. But looks like Gaithright's starting to struggle. So we're going to ride on board King here as he tries to pull a great slide job here. And doesn't look like he's going to get him cleared as they head down into turn 1. The King's going to lose it there on the inside. And we see, who is that? Mitchell Hyatt back there up into the wall as well. So he was able to get in the field at the last second. But King going to fall all the way back there to 6th place as he still struggles to get the car going. And it looks like he will go a lap down as Cameron Perez there, the race leader. And that will actually bring out the first caution of the evening there for the incident with Nick King. Back and take another look here. You can just see Nick King as he's going to try to make a pass here on the inside, going down into the turn, just over rotates the rear of the car there, loses it. Does a great job of mostly staying off the wall there without any real damage. He was able to get it turned around, but then as soon as he tries to take off here, he's going to lose it again. And that's ultimately what brought the first caution of the evening out there. And looks like Gaithright there, 3rd place driver in that number 89. He's going to actually head down pit road here on lap 9 during this first yellow. But race leader there, Cameron Perez in the number 5. He's going to stay out here. Mitchell Hyatt moves up into 2nd there in that number 25 Reese's machine. So good run from him. Patrick O'Toole there in that 44. He's going to slot in there in 3rd place. And then Jack Stanley, who started outside of the pole sitter in 2nd, has fallen back to 4th position currently. So we'll see what kind of ground he can make up here once we get going green again. Lights are off. Pace truck is going to peel off. We're going to get going green here this time by Cameron Perez. Going to get a not so great jump there as Mitchell Hyatt actually hooked up there on the top and got going. Let's see if he can get any momentum here on the outside of the turn 2. He is going to be side by side as he battles race leader, the 5 of Perez. Oh, we see him tag the wall there. And it looks like Cameron Perez is going to slot up there into the lead. But Mitchell Hyatt there, only 0.6 of a second off of him, as we're going to complete lap 12 this time by. And 3rd place, Joshua Gaithright there, trying to ride the bottom line there. He is making up ground to 2nd place Mitchell Hyatt. You see Hyatt there over-rotate the car and compromise his exit as Gaithright's going to slide right up to the rear bumper of Hyatt and battle for 2nd. Oh, Gaithright actually over-rotates the car. Has to check up there, and he is going to lose a ton of time. Check in with number 95 here. Jack Stanley currently in the 5th position as he battles it out here with the 44 of O'Toole. That'll be for 4th. You can just hear Jack Stanley there just struggling to get on the throttle, having to exercise a lot of throttle control there, especially to run the bottom side. As you can see, he almost makes contact with the wall. Meanwhile, out front here, the 5 of Cameron Perez there has extended his lead out to about 1.5 seconds as he makes contact with the outside wall. As he's trying to make it around lap traffic there. That is the 9 of Wilson. You see Perez going to slide up right to the back bumper. He's now going to look to the inside here. He's going to clear Justin Wilson there, put him a lap down. And we see Mitchell Hyatt just enter the picture there in the background. Gap is currently 1.5 seconds. As you can see, the track is starting to change. That middle line there is starting to wear in more than the rest of the track, as that it is where most of the guys are running. And we see Hyatt there giving that outside line a try. Oh, he's going to get into the gas too early there and too much, and he's going to spin the car around. Looks like the 23 of Nick King also spun around there, just trying to avoid it. And that will bring out our second caution of the evening. All right, lights are off the pace car. So, ooh, we see the 95 of Stanley there coming out of the pits, almost making contact with the race leader. But pace lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get going green this time by. 23 laps here complete tonight in our 125 lap round 11 feature here at Eldora Speedway. And just checking in on the stage lap. Stage 1 will end on lap 40 here this evening. So we're a little over halfway through stage 1. And the green flag is out. Perez there on the bottom side, and that number 5, he's going to get going. The 89 of Gaithright going to look to challenge Perez here as they exit turn 2. And we've got some 2-wide action on further back. That is Mitchell Hyatt in that 25. He's on the outside. The 44 of O'Toole on the inside, just not able to make that inside line work. Like that's Justin Wilson spinning out there into the field. But so far, Gaithright here is keeping Perez honest as the gap is still under 1 second here. Oh, and that will bring out the third caution. Looks like Jack Stanley may have been involved. Oh, yes, he was. So the 9 spun around there, and Stanley just made contact. Let's go back and right on board with Stanley here. You can see right up ahead the black and yellow car there of Wilson going to spin around, and not sure if Stanley just locked up the tires when he hit the brakes there, or didn't get into the brakes enough thinking it would spin the car around, but he made heavy contact with Wilson. And that is more than likely going to require a quick repair for both drivers there, if they have one. Justin Wilson may not have one left, as he was involved in one of the earlier incidents. But Jack Stanley should have one. But while all that played out, Mitchell Hyatt there in that 25, he's moved up into second place. And Patrick O'Toole there in that number 44 Kellogg's machine, he's moved up into third. Checking in, Nick King currently scored 6 laps down. He's going to get 1 lap back here as he is the lucky dog, but quite a few laps down after being involved in an incident here early on tonight. Looks like Jack Stanley is going to continue on there with the damage, as we are just getting close to complete stage 1. So a long race ahead here, and only 1 quick repair available to the drivers this evening. So I think he anticipates there being more incidents here, so he's going to continue on with the damage as is. Alright, lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get going this time by the 5 of Perez. They're going to lead us to the restart line. The 25 of Hyatt on the outside. Can he bring a challenge to Perez, as Perez has been dominant all night long? Perez is going to take the green flag here. He's going to stay to the bottom side. We can see the track starting to slick up there on entry on that middle lane. Hyatt right all over the back bumper there of Perez as they go down into turn 3. Perez going to ride that bottom line. Can Hyatt get a run here on the exit of the turn? Looks like he's not going to be able to do it there, as Perez slips ahead there about 1.5 seconds currently. You see Justin Wilson there currently in 3rd, as he's going to make contact with the wall there. Gaithright in the 89, he's going to come on by. He's going to take away the 3rd position here this evening. And I can tell you, Gaithright looks to be the best driver running the top lane we've seen all night long here. Maybe Nick King was probably equally matched there about running the outside line. And as soon as I say that, Gaithright makes a slight mistake, over-rotates the car on exit. But he's going to keep going here, as he is about 1 second off of 2nd place. Mitchell Hyatt just a little bit further up the road. You can see him there. And up about 2.5 seconds out front here, we've got the 5 of Cameron Perez, who has moved up to that top side now and making that top line work, as the middle line is starting to slick up. And looks like we've just had a pass for 5th. That is the 44 of O'Toole. He's made it around Jack Stanley there and taken away the 5th place position. And we see Hyatt still trying to run the middle line there, checking on Gaithright, also running the same line. And looks like Perez has moved back down the track there. So it looks like Perez just experimenting around here as we start to wrap up stage 1. Just in about 5 laps here. We'll end on the completion of lap 40. And we can see Perez there coming up on the 9 of, that is Justin Wilson there. Gonna go a lap down, as Perez is gonna make it on by. But we've got a good battle here. That is Nick King there in the 23, trying to unlap himself around the 44 of O'Toole. We're gonna see King go low. Does that make it an opening for Jack Stanley? No, Jack Stanley is gonna fall back here and stay in 5th. Oh, King into the wall again. As you can see, he's already got heavy front end damage. And that's going to allow both drivers on back by there. Two more laps remaining here in stage 1, as Cameron Perez is going to cross the line there. Currently 6.7 seconds separates him from 2nd place, Joshua Gaithright. And Gaithright going to make contact there with the outside wall again. It looks like it's very difficult to run that top line here this evening, as he's going to make contact again. And that looked hard enough to potentially knock the toe out of the car there. We'll have to see if he's able to continue on. But Cameron Perez here, last lap of stage 1. Going to come around turn 3 and 4 here for the final time in stage 1. And Cameron Perez there will take the win here in stage 1. Joshua Gaithright going to come in 2nd. And Mitchell Hyatt there in that number 25. He will come home 3rd in stage 1.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
All right, looks like we're gonna get resumed racing here as the lights are off the pace truck. Cameron Perez there, a race winner in stage 1. He's gonna lead us down to the restart line. Joshua Gates right there in the 89 on the outside. Can he put the challenge to Cameron Perez? Oh, we're gonna make contact there. That is the 89 of Gaithright, and it looked like Mitchell Hyatt making contact on the entry into turn 1. That's gonna bring out the 5th caution. And let's go back and check another angle there. It looks like Mitchell Hyatt in that Reese's machine on the bottom there, starting in third, is just going to come into the turn, not rotate the car, and just slide right up into Gaithright. And oh no, Justin Wilson coming in hard there, making contact with Gaithright. Nothing he could do there. Right on board the start here from Mitchell Hyatt's point of view as they go down into turn 1 and just slides up the track there. Could not get the car to stick to the bottom. Alright, lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get going green here. This time by the 5 of Perez, going to lead us down to the restart line again, with the 44 of O'Toole moving up into second after second place Gaithright there involved in that incident. But they're going to take the green flag. Perez going to get off to a great start there as usual on the bottom. And we see O'Toole sort of slow up top there, and these two battling it out. This is Jack Stanley in the 89 of Gaithright with Mitchell Hyatt up high there. Great run around the outside. Oh, look like Wilson's going to make contact with the 89. Looks like Wilson's the only one that gets sideways there. And Mitchell Hyatt going to blast on by here up into second place as he starts to chase down race leader. And let's ride on board a lap here with second place Mitchell Hyatt. Oh, as he slams into the outside wall there. See if that allows the 89 of Gaithright to get up and start to put the pressure on Hyatt, because that was a huge mistake there across the front straight. Oh, looks like Stanley has sustained some heavy front end damage somewhere here during this stint, but he is going to move up into the 5th position there. But these two guys right here, this is where the battle is currently. This is for second place. This is the 89 there with Joshua Gaithright looking to get around the 25 of Mitchell Hyatt. Both of these drivers seem to be pretty equal in speed right now, and they're even starting to chase down the race leader as Hyatt makes contact with the wall, has to check up there ever so slightly. They're going to stay in the same order. That looked like Wilson there on the bottom of the track spun out. Looks like we're going to stay green, single car incident, but Perez starting to have trouble here. And, oh, we will bring the caution out, looks like due to Justin Wilson possibly here. And that car looks more like a modified than it does a next-gen Cup car, as it has no front end on it. It looks like drivers here this evening are really struggling with this track. And while we're under caution here, let's just check in with the stage laps this evening. Second stage will end on lap 80 here this evening. So we are almost halfway through here through stage 2. And then stage 3, or the final stage, will end on lap 125 here this evening.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
All right, lights are off the pace truck. No, they're not. Just kidding. They're back on here. So we're going to do at least one more lap here under caution before we get resumed racing. But the 5 of Perez looked like he struggled there in that last stint. In the 25 of Hyatt and I believe the 89 of Gaithright, who has actually came down pit road and is going to start in the 5th position. But the 25 of Hyatt and the 89 of Gaithright both found some speed there in that second stint. And we're actually running down our race leader. So we'll see here what happens when they get going green, as the pace lights are off the pace truck. So it'll dive off the track here this time around. Cameron Perez so far has led every single lap here of the race this evening. Let's see if he can continue to sweep here with dominance as he takes the green flag there. They had to check up a little bit behind, as the 89 of Gaithright going to slide up into 3rd. Like Patrick O'Toole there going to come under pressure from, that's Jack Stanley and Justin Wilson, who are going to make heavy contact there with the wall. And Justin Wilson's car has seen better days. I honestly don't know how that thing is still out here tonight. Looks like body panels are not needed at Eldora, but we've had a change for the race lead while all of that shook out. Looks like Cameron Perez has slipped all the way back to 3rd as he actually makes contact with the 89. He's going to go around. Looks like Wilson going to get into the back of the 89. That's going to bring out the 7th caution of the evening. We've got a lot to dissect here. Let's go back and take a look at the pass for the lead. Oh, we see Wilson just get a great run off the bottom there. Excellent pass there from Mitchell Hyatt. Looks like Cameron Perez is going to try the slide job back on him there. They're going to touch and make contact. And that is ultimately what got Cameron Perez out of shape there and knocked all the way back to 3rd. But then let's keep going here and see what happens between him and the 89 right up ahead of him. Gaithright, as they're going to go down into turn 3 and 4. And look like Perez just could not get the car to rotate and ends up sliding up into Gaithright. And then, of course, Justin Wilson comes in hot there and knocks into the rear of the 89. But that'll bring out our 7th caution of the evening here. look like Justin Wilson's out there smoking right now. I'm not sure how much longer that car will be able to survive here, but the green flag is out there. The 44 of O'Toole is actually going to take the lead, or come to the restart there as the leader, but the 5 of Perez going to breeze by on the outside. Resume the race lead, but he's going to make contact with the outside wall there. Mitchell Hyatt pretty much doing a wall ride all the way around the corner. It's impressive that he's able to keep going. And they're going to have a great battle here for second place is the 89 of Gaithright. Sorry, this will be for third. As you can see, the 44 of O'Toole up ahead. We see Hyatt there just really trying to sling it in there on the outside line. No margin for errors. He's making contact at least halfway around the track here currently. Just very difficult for these cars to handle up there currently. As you can see, he does a much better job there around that turn. Consistency is the name of the game, and this guy has it right here. That's Cameron Perez. He's currently 3 seconds out front in the lead, and as you can see, trying different lines there, just trying to figure out where the grip on the track is. That's one of the great things about dirt racing here, is how dynamic the track is. You can look at it right now, completely different looking than when we started the race. The whole middle line has, middle bottom line there has slicked up, no grip down there. So you'll see these guys try to find the grip as they experiment with different lines here. As you see Cameron Perez going high there. He may try something a little different here this turn, but that's one of the best things here about dirt racing, is how adaptable you have to be to go fast. And I'll tell you one guy I'm really impressed with. That's the 44 here of Patrick O'Toole. He is currently still in second and holding his own, but from the very fast number 25 Mitchell Hyatt here. And it looks like Gaithright and Hyatt may have gotten involved in an incident. And this is Gaithright right here. He's missing the whole rear bumper there. Yes, self-car spin for him. Now let's go check and see what happened to Mitchell Hyatt. Oh, looks like him and the 89 are going to make contact again there. Looks like we're going to stay green, though. And Cameron Perez here out front as we're going to complete lap 73 this time around. Stage 2 will end on lap 80 here this evening. And the smoking Justin Wilson here driving the modified car here this evening. He's currently up into third and starting to close in on second place Patrick O'Neill. Be interesting to see how much longer that car survives here this evening. It looks like it's down on horsepower, which may not be a bad thing here, as we see a lot of drivers struggling with corner exit specifically and over rotating the car. But Wilson there going to make contact with the outside wall again. And looks like O'Toole's going to hug the bottom line. Wilson going to look around the outside here. No, he's going to try to switch back, do a little crossover. Can he get a run here out of turn 2? Down into turn 3 here. Going to try that bottom line. So far making it look easy here as Wilson, oh no, he's going to get into the throttle too much there. Over rotate the car with what we were just talking about. And that's going to allow Mitchell Hyatt up into second place. Cameron Perez here, 15-second lead currently over second place Mitchell Hyatt, and it doesn't look like anyone has the speed he has here this evening, as he's going to cross the line and complete lap 77. 3 more laps here in stage 2 this evening in round 11 of the Stock Car Racing League Cup Series. You can see the 5 of Perez there starting to catch up to the back of the number 9 of Wilson, who's currently in 4th. Going to look to put him a lap down here in just a couple laps as we're going to cross the line this time by and take the white flag for stage 2. Can Cameron Perez sweep all 3 stages here tonight? As he's already taken home stage 1, he's going to cross the line there, take the white flag for stage 2. Cameron Perez there going to cross the line, take home the stage 2 win as well as the stage 1. Mitchell Hyatt looks like he's going to come home in second.
Yellow flag.
And Patrick O'Toole there will take home 3rd place here in stage 2. All right, looks like the pace lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get going green here and start the final stage of the race this evening. As you can see, we'll end on lap 125. Currently going to cross the line here and start lap 85 as Cameron Perez in that number 5 on the inside. He's going to take the green flag. Mitchell Hyatt back up into second out there on that outside line, which we know he has loved all evening long. Oh, looks like O'Toole there going to make contact with Wilson. Did Wilson get Gaithright? Yes, he did. And that is going to be disastrous here for these drivers. Likely bring out the 8th caution here. And it will, sorry, 9th caution this evening. And let's go back and take a look at multiple incidents here. So the 44 looks like he's going to get loose or maybe get a little help. Sorry, he drifts right up into the 9 of Wilson. You see Wilson there make contact with, that was Gaithright. Let's go back and check that from his angle. And yes, that was the 89 of Gaithright here, just minding his own business on the bottom of the track. Gonna take a massive hit to the right rear of his car. Let's ride on board Gaithright here. As you can see, he goes to the bottom side. He probably doesn't even see Wilson up there. And all of a sudden, he's just spinning around. The lights are off the pace truck here, so Cameron Perez will lead us down to the restart zone. We'll get going green this time by the 25 of Mitchell Hyatt on the outside, and it looks like the 44 of O'Toole, no, sorry, the 9 of Wilson will start in 3rd there on that bottom side. Right, pace truck's off. Cameron Perez here going to lead us down to the green flag. It's a great jump there. Mitchell Hyatt currently on that outside lane. Looks like all the drivers are going to make it through turn one cleanly, except for Mitchell Hyatt there, as he almost loses it on the exit of the corner. That's going to allow Wilson there to take a peek under the inside. You see Gaith right there in that number 89 starting to creep his way back up into the mix. You can see Gaith right there in the slick part of the track, just sliding and losing control as he goes down toward the bottom, makes contact with the inside wall. You see O'Toole here in that 44 going to look to make a pass on the 9 of Wilson. And I tell you right now, the 44 there has the cleanest car out here tonight. Look at it. No damage on it. He has just been very consistent here this evening. And it is paying off. But now the 89 of Gaithright, who we know is very quick, looking underneath the 44 there. Looks like he's going to take away that third place position from O'Toole. Ooh, Gaith right there gonna make a mistake on entry and touch the outside wall there. No harm, no foul. He's gonna keep going. Like Hyatt also up into the wall there. Meanwhile, Cameron Perez continues to run the bottom side of the track here. And he's currently making it work. He looks to be just a little bit slower than second place driver Mitchell Hyatt, but way more consistent than Mitchell Hyatt currently as he runs that top line. Looks like Gaithright may have crashed again here. Take a look. Yes, he's going to over-rotate the car there and make contact with the inside wall. That's what allowed O'Toole back by. Oh, we've got O'Toole up into the wall. Looks like his first mistake of the evening there. Not a lot of damage to the car, though, so he's going to keep going. Back in on Mitchell Hyatt here as he runs the outside. Looks like Hyatt's having a little bit of a connection issue as he keeps blinking on and off the track. And Hyatt making up a ton of ground there in the last two laps as that gap is now down to just a little under half a second. As Hyatt's going to look to the inside for the race lead. Oh, they're going to touch. And Hyatt just going to shoot straight up into a hard hit on the outside wall. And that will bring out our 7th caution here this evening. Let's go back and check that out again as Hyatt got a great run here. And we see Perez there on the bottom side of the track just struggling to get going. Gonna look up the inside. These two are just gonna bounce off of each other. Let's ride on board Hyatt here. As you can see, Perez gets loose on the bottom. And Wilson was actually spun out in the track. That's why Cameron Perez actually shot up to the top. He's trying to avoid Wilson in the track. And unfortunately, these two are gonna bounce off of each other there. And looks like Hyatt did not sustain too much front end damage there. Looks like he'll be able to keep on going. But that will bring out the 10th caution here this evening. And it does actually look like race leader Cameron Perez is going to come down pit road that time by. So this is the first time we've seen him come down pit road all evening long as he has led every lap of this race. But currently Mitchell Hyatt is going to lead the next lap around with the 89 there of Gaithright going to move up into second place, and the 5 of Perez there will start in third. lights are off the pace truck, so we'll get resumed racing here this time by Mitchell Hyatt there in that number 25. He's going to lead us down to the restart zone. And the 89 of Gaithright do anything, and the very fast Cameron Perez there already going to go to the outside of Hyatt. Oh, Gaithright going to lose it right in front of Hyatt. That's going to take Stanley.
Yellow flag.
And who was the other car? O'Toole involved in that as well. And that's going to bring out the 11th caution here this evening. Looks like Wilson also may have been involved. All right, let's go back and take another look here as you see Jack Stanley back there in that 95. As Gaithright going to lose it and Stanley just nowhere to go. And unfortunately going to collect the outside ball there. It's right on board Gaithright here as you're just going to see him on the outside just get into that slick stuff, lose the car, and spin around, make contact with Stanley. Now we're right on board Jack Stanley here. You can see it from his perspective as they go take the green flag there. Gaithright going to lose it at the bottom. Stanley just nowhere to go. The entire track was blocked. And unfortunately, going to take about 4 drivers involved there in that. Like O'Toole's going to come down pit road. Gaithright also going to come down pit road. And our second place driver, the 25 Mitchell Hyatt there, also going to come down pit road as we are going to take 20 to go here. This time by Cameron Perez back out front there. In that number 5, he's led most of the laps here this evening. We'll see if he can pull it together here and take home a sweep as he's won the first 2 stages. All that's left is this final stage. And Mitchell Hyatt there in that 25 or the 89 of Gaithright. And they take that sweep away from Perez. That'll be the question as we'll get going green this time by. Pace lights are off the pace truck. We'll have 18 laps remaining here once they take the green flag. All right, Cameron Perez here going to lead us down to the restart line. Mitchell Hyatt there in that number 25 having some connection issues. He is in second. You just cannot see him right now. But Perez is going to go down and take the restart as Hyatt's going to reappear there right on the outside of Perez. And oh, is Perez going to lose it? He is. And Hyatt there going to move up into the race lead. But that will bring out a caution here, the 12th caution of the evening. All right, looks like lights are off the pace car, so we'll get going green this time by. 14 laps remaining once we get the green flag this time by. The Mitchell Hyatt in the 25 there. He's going to lead us down to the restart line. The 89 of Joshua Gaithright on the outside. It's going to be a close battle here and a short shootout here to the finish as we'll have 14 laps remaining. Mitchell Hyatt going to lead us to the restart line, and the green flag is out. Gaithright getting a great jump there on the outside. They're going to touch as they go down into turn one. You see Perez up into the wall himself. And Perez is going to get a great exit there out of turn two. Now he's going to look to pull a slide job here as they go down into turn 3 and 4. That is one classic dirt slide job we love to see here as they're going to make contact. Oh, three-way contact there as the 89 gets into the rear of Hyatt, but we're going to take 13 to go this time by. See Gaith right there getting sideways and having to check up on the bottom. But it looks like the battle is currently going to be here between Perez, your current race leader, and the 25 of Mitchell Hyatt. As going to cross the line, take 12 to go this time by. And we see Perez here come off of turn 4. He's currently about 2.2 seconds ahead of second place Mitchell Hyatt. He's going to take 10 to go here this time by. Can he keep it out front mistake free as the very quick Mitchell Hyatt here starting to turn some really fast laps, but you can see consistency is the issue as he hits the wall there, but he's still flying. He makes up a second there in that lap alone. D Hyatt there popped back on screen with his connection issues, currently half a second back. It looks like this is going to be a great battle here, heating up toward the final few laps of the race as they take 8 to go this time by. Like Hyatt is getting a great run off of the corners there by running that high side as we see Perez going to go up there now. Seven to go this time by. Perez is currently holding off the very quick number 25 Mitchell Hyatt there in second place. Can he do it for 6 more laps here as they cross the line and take 6 to go? Gap is under 1 second here. You can see Mitchell Hyatt there starting to close in, now down to 0.3 of a second as they're going to be pretty close here coming off of turn 2. Both drivers moved up to the high side of the track. Ooh, a mistake out of Perez there. That's going to allow Mitchell Hyatt to get a great run down the front straight. We see Perez there going to come up and block off the high side there. And looks like Hyatt may have gotten into the wall. He's disappeared on our screen currently with the connection issues. But it does look like actually he may be still right on the rear bumper. There he is. He pops back in. Going to take 3 to go this time around. It is a great battle here for the top position tonight. Is Hyatt going to get a great exit off of the turn there? Can he go to the inside of Perez? No, he's going to stay to the outside here. Now he's going to look to the outside. They're going to make contact. They touch. Hyatt's going to be able to keep going here, but he is going to lose a little bit of ground now as the gap is up to about half a second now as they're going to cross the line. 2 more laps here. Can Perez hang on to the win here, take home all 3 stages tonight? And it's going to come down to the last lap, maybe even the last corner here as they're going to turn through turns 3 and 4 here. They're going to come to the line and take the white flag this time by for Cameron Perez there, your race leader in that number 5. He's coming up on lap traffic. Looks like that's going to play into tonight's factor for the race win, but Hyatt has fallen back now. Looks like he's made a mistake. And Perez is going to take it down into the last turn. No, the 9 of Wilson's going to get into the back of him. Mitchell Hyatt is going to go around and take the race win there on a last lap, last turn mistaken tangle there with Wilson and Cameron Perez. That is not what we expected to see tonight. Let's go back and take another look at that, shall we? And here we'll ride with Cameron Perez as he takes the white flag. You can see the lap car there of Justin Wilson right up ahead. And he has Mitchell Hyatt breathing down his neck as they go down into the final corner. And it looked like Perez just got loose right in front of Wilson, and nothing Wilson could do there. And just really unfortunate. Wilson was right in the slickest part of the track there when that happened. And that's going to allow Mitchell Hyatt to take home the race win. Let's pull up the official results now. Mitchell Hyatt taking home tonight's victory with the last lap, last turn pass, I should say, for the race victory. Cameron Perez leading most of the laps here tonight, taking home stage 1 and 2 wins, is going to come home second here overall tonight. Joshua Gaithright there finishing it out in third. Justin Wilson fourth. Patrick O'Toole in fifth. Jack Stanley in sixth. And Nick King will round it out there, finishing seventh. All right, now we'll try to get a word with a few of the drivers here this evening. We'll try to get a word with the top three if they are available. Looks like we may only have 2 of them, though. So we'll go ahead and drag down, try to get a word with second place finisher tonight, Cameron Perez. All right, we've got second place finisher here with us tonight. We've got Cameron Perez up in the booth. Hey, Cameron, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on the second place finish, though. I don't think it's where you wanted to finish tonight, as you took home stage 1 win, stage 2 win, and looked like you were set up there to take home the overall victory here tonight. But unfortunately, just a last lap, last turn tangle there with Justin Wilson. Looked like he got a little bit loose and right in front of him there. It doesn't look like there was too much he could do to avoid it from what we saw, but just a very unfortunate turn of events for you tonight. But gotta ask, how does it feel to be dominant out there tonight, taking home stage 1 victory, stage 2?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
I gotcha. Understandably a little heated here tonight. I believe that was your teammate Justin Wilson that you
Yep.
yeah, unfortunately made contact with. Well, I gotta say, interesting race here tonight. You guys put on a lot of close battles. Had a lot of tangles though with some yellow flags here tonight, but ultimately some good short track dirt racing. And hopefully maybe we can get a word with you next week as well.
Yeah, and also thank you guys and Soak Tire Broadcasting for always helping us out broadcasting, putting on putting our show out there. Hopefully Michigan and Daytona for the rest of the season will be a lot better show out, because I mean last 3-4 races, it's tracks that aren't too popular, people don't have. But yeah, thank you guys like always.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate doing it here. You guys put on a great show, and like I said, hopefully next week we'll be back and have some good close racing there at Michigan.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that'll do it for second place finisher here tonight. Now let's try to get a word with our race winner. We've got Mitchell Hyatt up here in the booth. Hey, Mitchell, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey, man, congratulations on the victory here. Almost like it fell right into your lap there in the final corner. But all night long, you were in contention for the victory. You and the 89 of Gaithright and Cameron Perez battling it out all night long. First, got to ask you, how difficult was it to drive this car here around the track consistently? We saw you up on the high line most of the night. Looked like you were having a little trouble staying out of the outside wall, and most drivers that were running up top had that issue. It looked like the safer line might have been down on the bottom, but it did look slower. But just how difficult was it here tonight?
To drive, for me, it wasn't that difficult, but to keep it off of the wall, I found it pretty difficult. And I think the bottom might have been faster earlier in the race, but once cars started to go around the track, it started to Just get slower, less grip on the bottom. Top ended up becoming the dominant line.
Yeah, that's what we saw here tonight. It looked like the top had the speed. It was just very hard to, consistently go around there without touching the wall or over rotating the car on the exit. But if you could hook it up there, which you did for multiple laps here tonight, you had the speed, especially there in the last couple laps where you made up. I believe it was one lap there. I believe around with 3 or 4 remaining, you made up over a second on Cameron Perez as he was running a different line. So you had it hooked up there tonight, coming home with the race victory in the end, and that's what matters. But hey, while you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Not really.
All
I
right,
mean,
well, oh,
probably you guys for broadcasting these races.
absolutely, no problem there. Well, again, congratulations with the victory tonight. It's awesome to see you out there having a good run, um, taking home the victory. Putting on a good show for us up here. You and Gaithright, the battles you guys had were awesome all night long here at Eldora Speedway. But again, congratulations on the victory, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a word with you next week as well.
Hopefully, it's my home track, so hoping I can do good.
All right, that'll do it for the race winner here tonight. That is Mitchell Hyatt taking home the race victory. That'll do it here. Round 11 of the Stock Car Racing League Cup Series at Eldora Speedway. And I believe next week we'll be back here at Michigan. Thank you all for tuning in at Soak Tires Broadcasting. And as always, check us out next week as we head into round